Greetings everyone, it's Adam with Irata Non Grata, and finally the trailer dropped for a game that I found out about a month ago from today. When I was at California Extreme, I was hanging out with a lot of different people, but one of those people included Jason Polanski, a producer at Atari, who is responsible for the production behind all of the Atari Recharged games. And when we were talking about upcoming stuff that Atari's working on, he told me a little bit about what they're going to be adding to the Atari 50th Anniversary Collection when it has the update later this, I think it's fall, with the 39 extra games. So I know a few that haven't been announced yet, but I'm not at liberty to say those. But he also pulled out his phone and he said, hey, we're bringing Fatal Run back. And I was like, oh, really? Well, let me see what this is. And so he showed me footage that is not the same as what you're going to see in this trailer here, if you haven't seen it already. I just saw pure gameplay. Now, it was early, an early alpha build, but let's check out the trailer here together, you and I. I don't think my desktop might be getting all that. Let's see. So Jason said that this is being developed inside of Unreal Engine 5, which is part of the reason why it looks so nice. Now, the footage I saw did not show like the destructive environment. I only saw one level, and that was part of it. Now, if you're not familiar with Fatal Run, this was a game released for the Atari 7800 and the Atari 2600 back in, I think it was 1988, maybe 89. Kind of a Spy Hunter style game. But there we have the different platforms that it's coming to. Spy Hunter, but from behind the car. And so you were, in some ways, it was a little bit like Atari Games' Hydra, which wouldn't come out until 1990 or 91. But you're just on a mission to deliver things like, if I recall correctly, rescue people along the way and take life-saving drugs to the next location, something like that. But Fatal Run 2089 is coming soon. I don't recall Jason saying when exactly, but it's this year. To Xbox Series X and S, PS5, Nintendo Switch, and PC. And, of course, there's been a little bit of talk on Atari Age. Well, where is it on the Atari VCS? Well, I think there's two easy explanations for this. I didn't ask Jason what platforms it was coming to, so I didn't get an exact answer on that. But, I mean, I'm sorry for all the VCS fans out there, but you just got to face it, that did not sell very well. There's not a lot of owners of the VCS out there, so there's not a whole lot of reason to spend a lot of time and effort on porting games over to that. Yes, even though it's a PC, it still needs some changes. And where it's running an Unreal Engine 5, that also makes it kind of tough to obtain stellar performance on something like that. I mean, maybe it will at some point, but I wouldn't keep my hopes up for it too much. So one other thing to point out before we move on from Fatal Run is that I know that Atari's aiming for Burnout, or a game that's like Burnout, which I've actually never played myself. So when I watch that footage, it kind of reminds me of arcade games like Cruise and Blast. And I guess it would be interesting to see if Fatal Run, how it plays, assuming that it's going to be good in the final edition, will be worthy of becoming like an arcade machine, because you could give it a type of control where you could fire, push buttons to shoot and all that stuff. But we'll have to wait and see what the final version happens to be like. But looks like it could be something like Cruise and Blast with guns. Now, Fatal Run 2089 was not the only Atari-related trailer to come out today. We have from Alan One Inc., who is local to me, and I've been testing out this game at my arcade in West Valley City, Utah, but here's the official trailer for Asteroids Recharged Arcade Edition, so let's check that out. Some original Asteroids footage there. So I do have a newer version of this than what might be shown here. So they changed something on the power-ups where now when you get a power-up, your ship fills up, and then it kind of like goes down. It's hard to describe, I guess, now that I think about it. The Major League Esports app is a free app that you can get on your phone and use that to find locations with the game and also track your high scores. So brief trailer here, but yeah, this one is also coming soon. From what I've been able to ascertain is it's maybe September is when there will be some units out there. But I guess it's always a fluid conversation when it comes to arcade releases. They can't really have dates like home console games have, and so they usually just release when they're ready. But out of those two games, which one are you most interested in? Or are you interested in both? If they both fit that Atari itch, then I know I'm definitely looking forward to Fatal Run 2089. I was a bit surprised when I was told about that one. Just nice to see Atari really going back to their roots and doing stuff with games like they should have done a long time ago. And of course with Asteroids Recharged, this is a fun game that's a good modern take on the classic Asteroids concept. The only thing I would really change about the arcade version that I've played is, as I would say that it's a better game than the console version, as there are actually quite a few changes, and that trailer I guess didn't really show that, but perhaps there will be a trailer coming along soon that will highlight the changes to the game for it. But the only other thing I would change, and I suggested this to Alan 1, but they're not able to do it at this time, is that's to change all the rocks to 3D. But yeah, let me know what you think on these, and we'll catch you on the next video.